Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Friday, June 27th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Lieutenant Chad Whaley announces candidacy for Cullman County Sheriff. Good Hope Council supports football and highlights upcoming community events. The Cullman Tree Commission plans Festival of Trees and memorial projects, and Shell Oyster House brings Gulf Coast flavor to downtown Cullman. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. A familiar face in Cullman County law enforcement is stepping into the race for sheriff. Lieutenant Chad Whaley, Director of Communications for the Cullman County Sheriff's Office, officially announced his candidacy Thursday morning. With more than 26 years of service, Whaley says every step of his career has led him to this moment. He began in the jail and patrol divisions before spending 12 years as a school resource officer, a role he says became his passion and calling. Over the years, Whaley has also trained hundreds of officers statewide in defensive tactics and active shooter response, and taught thousands of civilians through programs like church safety, women's self-defense, and Citizens Academy. Since 2020, he has served on Sheriff Matt Gentry's command staff, managing media, communications, and deputy training. Whaley says he fully supports the direction Sheriff Gentry has taken the department and intends to continue that path. His platform emphasizes community connection, school safety, and maintaining a highly trained, motivated sheriff's office. Whaley says his mission is clear: to help teach and protect as many Cullman County citizens as possible and to ensure the county remains the greatest of all of Alabama. The Cullman County Sheriff's race will be part of the primary election held May 19th in 2026, with the general election slated for November 3rd, 2026. Gentry will remain in office until January 2027. The Good Hope City Council held its regular meeting Monday night and approved support for the local high school football program while spotlighting two upcoming community events. The council voted to spend $5,000 per year for the next 5 years on advertising with Good Hope High School's new video board at James W. Shable Stadium. The sponsorship will help raise funds for a future football facility. Also discussed were preparations for two events that happened this week. Dale's Market and Black Spirit celebrated their grand opening and ribbon cutting on Wednesday, June 25th. And Smith Lake Veterinary Hospital will host an open house tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 96 Spiegel Road. Refreshments and tours will be available. The next Good Hope City Council meeting is scheduled for Monday, July 14th at 6:30 p.m. The Cullman Tree Commission met on June 24th at City Hall to discuss upcoming projects, including the Festival of Trees, a drone installation at Veterans Memorial Park, and a new community tree honor program. Chairman Barry Slatton suggested relocating the Festival of Trees, which opens December 4th, to the Cullman Wellness and Aquatic Center with a kickoff event including refreshments and interviews. A local Boy Scout troop is set to assist, and a new holiday program at the Omniplex is also in the works. Members discussed installing a military drone display at Veterans Memorial Park. The project, which includes relocating about 20 pine trees, was approved by the Cullman County Commission. Plans may include replanting the trees elsewhere. A new commemorative tree program was also proposed. Each year, a local honoree would be recognized with a tree planted on public property, coordinated by City Arborist Shane Bivens, with a ceremony and media coverage. The board also addressed issues with cypress trees at Engle Park, which have interfered with underground infrastructure, and discussed replacing them with better-suited species. The next Tree Commission meeting is set for August 12th, with preparations for the Festival of Trees and Arbor Day poster contest on the agenda. A taste of the Gulf Coast has arrived in downtown Cullman. Shell Oyster House has officially opened at Cotton Creek Warehouse, bringing scratch-made seafood, Southern hospitality, and a lively New Orleans-inspired atmosphere to the city's growing dining scene. Annabelle House has more.
Cullman's culinary scene just got a coastal upgrade. Shell Oyster House officially opened its doors downtown on Wednesday, June 25th, marking the seafood chain's 15th location and 6th in Alabama. Originally launched in Gulfport, Mississippi in 2009, the Shell Oyster House brings Gulf Coast flavor and a New Orleans-style ambiance to the heart of Cotton Creek, right next to Rhode Island Brewery. Known for its signature Gulf oysters and from-scratch dishes like the Redfish Orleans, Half Shell also serves up steaks, pasta, burgers, and more, alongside handcrafted cocktails in a warm French Quarter-inspired setting. Ahead of the grand opening, dozens of certified trainers worked with local staff to ensure a smooth launch. The restaurant sources fresh ingredients from Mississippi and is already teasing a collaboration with Cullman's own Goat Island Brewery. With a focus on quality and Southern hospitality, Shell Oyster House aims to become a go-to spot for date nights, celebrations, and casual dining alike. This has been Annabelle House with Cullman Today.
And those are the top stories in Cullman today. Coming up, 31 North Football Officials Association seeking new recruits, and Auburn's Ike Irish earns 4th All-American honor. Sports is next. Welcome back. Let's start today's sports segment with some important information for anyone who wants to get involved in officiating football this season. The 31 North Football Officials Association will begin official meetings for men and women interested in officiating the upcoming middle school and varsity football seasons on Sunday, July 7th at 6 p.m. No prior experience is required. All necessary training will be provided at each meeting. Meetings will be held at Cross Creek Golf Course in the conference room next to the golf cart shed. The association provides all the hands-on training, mentorship, and weekly support to ensure new officials are fully prepared by the time they step onto the field. For more information, contact Jonathan Smith at 256-708-8751 or via email at jonathanwsmith@gmail.com or Blake Garner at 256-758-0378 or bgarner0521@gmail.com. Moving over to some baseball news from the Plains, Auburn outfielder Ike Irish continues to rack up postseason honors, picking up his 4th All-American nod on Wednesday, this time from the College Baseball Foundation. Irish is the 34th All-American in program history and has already earned first-team recognition from the American Baseball Coaches Association, Baseball America, and Perfect Game. He was also a first-team All-SEC selection and a semifinalist for both the Golden Spikes Award and Dick Hauser Trophy. He now joins Auburn legends Frank Thomas, Josh Etheridge, Todd Faulkner, and Gabe Gross as one of the only 5 players in program history to surpass 200 hits, 45 doubles, 35 home runs, and 150 RBIs. And that wraps up sports for today. After the break, Canine Heroes visit Shirley Burden Library, Hanceville Firefighters teach fire safety, Youth Pickleball Camp scores big in Cullman, and the season's 2nd Summer Garden Club meeting. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Kids at the Shirley Burden Public Library got a special treat this week as the Cullman County Sheriff's Department K-9 unit stopped by for a live demonstration. The June 25th visit gave children a close-up look at the department's hardworking four-legged officers. Lieutenant Chad Whaley introduced the team, explaining how the unit began with just 2 dogs in the 1990s and now includes 9 highly trained canines. First up was Kira, a German short-haired pointer trained to detect bombs and explosives, handled by Sergeant Terry Smith. Then came Big, a Belgian Malinois who specializes in narcotics detection, introduced by Deputy Adam Clark. The crowd favorite was Moo, a rescue bloodhound trained to track missing people. Officer Tanner Waldrop shared that Moo once followed a trail nearly 2 miles long to locate someone in need.
She is a German short-haired pointer, like I said earlier. And she is trained to detect the odor of explosives.
So Moo is obviously our tracking dog. He smells and searches out for somebody that's missing.
So we'll start out our track by trying to locate disgruntled people on scene, or maybe which direction to get went. But he's got the ability, this big old nose he's got. He's going to smell all the skin cells that fell all of them.
Everybody noticed the toy in his mouth? Okay, that's the same thing, just like with Sergeant Smith's dog. That's what the dog is always looking for.
The event wrapped up with a Q&A session and a reminder that these canines play a vital role in keeping schools and communities safe, serving as both protectors and lifesavers across Cullman County. Pickleball made its way to Cullman Kids this summer as Parks and Recs hosted its first ever youth pickleball camp at the Active Adult Center. Annabelle Howes has the story.
Pickleball fever has hit Cullman, and local kids are getting in on the action. Cullman Parks, Recreation and Sports Tourism launched its first youth pickleball camp this week, introducing kids ages 8 to 16 to one of the fastest-growing sports in the country. The 4-day camp, held June 23rd through the 26th at the Active Adult Center's pickleball courts, offered hands-on instruction for both beginners and intermediate players. Campers learned rules, strategy, and technique with help from a local pickleball pro. By the end of the week, even first-time players were game ready. Cullman Parks and Recreation says the camp was designed to be fun, accessible, and a great way for kids to stay active over the summer. With strong interest from the community, the department is already considering bringing the camp back for next year. For more information or to register, visit cullmanrecreation.org. This has been Annabelle Howes with Cullman Today.
It was a fun and educational day at the Shirley Burden Public Library as the Hanceville Fire Department visited on June 25th to teach local families about fire safety. Firefighters spoke with children and parents about the importance of smoke alarms, how to practice fire escape drills, and the rule of get outs and stay out. They also explained where to gather safely in the yard after escaping a fire. Kids received firefighter hats, coloring books, and got an exciting surprise, a water shower from the fire engine, perfect for cooling off in the summer heat. Lunch was also provided. The visit was part of the department's ongoing community outreach, helping young families understand life-saving safety tips in a hands-on, memorable way. The Summer Garden Club enjoyed a second meeting with greatly improved weather at the East Elementary Garden. The children watered the flowers, corn, and strawberry plants. They also planted new seeds and learned about the wind indicator, which tells the wind's direction and speed, and pollinators that help the plants. Meetings for the Summer Garden Club are held every Tuesday until July 29th for grades 3 through 5 at 8 a.m. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at your weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who lost their lives this week. Jonathan Lee Brooks, age 40, passed away May 28th. Funeral service will be at 1 p.m. Saturday, June 28th at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel, with interment in the Cullman City Cemetery. The family will receive friends from noon to 1 p.m. before the service. Funeral services for Natasha Moore Kelly, 62 of Cullman, will be at 6 p.m. Saturday, June 28th at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel. The family will receive friends from 5 to 6 p.m. before the service. Jean Nash, 81 of Hanceville, passed away on June 25th. A graveside service will be at 11 a.m. Saturday, June 28th at Duck River Cemetery. Jimmy Delane Shoemake, age 85 of Vinemont, passed away on Tuesday, June 24th. Graveside services will be Saturday, June 28th at 10 a.m. at Flint Creek Cemetery in Vinemont. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a look at your weekend weather forecast. To start your weekend today, there may be areas of fog this morning, otherwise mostly sunny with a high near 88 and a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 69 and a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 88 with a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Saturday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight, otherwise mostly cloudy with a low around 70. Sunday, showers and thunderstorms likely in the afternoon, otherwise partly sunny with a high near 86. Chance of precipitation is 70%. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 69 with a slight possibility of showers and thunderstorms. That wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful weekend, Cullman.